Okay, so I'm gonna do an unboxing, even though I've already unboxed this device. I should have done this in the first place, but yeah, I'm gonna do this unboxing video for you all. This is like my 10th video of this process. Anyway, so we ordered this, or we bought this thing, because our lawnmowers broke. I mean, one lost a wheel, the push mower, and the other thing is having issues with the fuel system. I'm not sure what the problem is. I intend to fix it eventually, but we really needed just a new mower altogether. And since we're in Germany, the new mower costs, it's gonna start at $1,000. This one was old and busted when we got it. It's $500, which we used part of our loan for the house to buy it, you know. I got the home loan to get this house out here. So anyway, I've had to fix this a couple times, and now I'm not sure what the problem is. It has a new carburetor, but for some reason it's just dumping all the fuel out instead of feeding it into the system. I took it apart, I tried to fix the float, but it still had the issue, and it doesn't seem like it's leaking from the carburetor. Somewhere lower or further down in the system. I think it might be inside this device, the manifold or something. I have to, I mean, the only thing that makes sense is the carburetor, but I will at some point when I have time and money take it apart and figure that out. But this thing, I mean, it's really expensive even for push mowers here in Germany. But this thing is just not worth it to fix it, and you know, instead of buying another mower that I have to deal with the garden every week during the summer and month, we wanted to buy this robot, which is pretty much costs the same as a new freaking mower. So anyway, so we have here the Worx Landroid that is powered with a anyway, so here's the box. I didn't find this until now that they have the, so I couldn't find this in the box, the little measuring tool, because if you want to like have perfect corners around the square, around objects, they want the Landroid to like sensor to basically make a good corner for your cornered objects. I couldn't find this, so I didn't do it in my garden so far. I still have the other half to do, which I don't know, maybe it's practical for you, but for me, it doesn't really work for me in my property. There's also this measuring thing. It gives you the spaces, which I've used more space than this for my certain areas because I just want better clearance, and I don't want it to fall into the ditch, which it already has a few times already. So anyway, so what you get with this product is a spool of the cable that is the barrier for the robot, which apparently it tends to go outside of if it gets stuck in the earth a little bit. And you also get a bunch of these. But so far I've found that it's not enough provided for my property because I have a lot of little sections and some places where we need bridges. But what you can do to increase your supply is also cheaper. Is buy a speaker cable. The comma 8, I forget what size it was, but it's pretty much the same size as the cable that is provided. It's a little bit bigger, but it works, and it looks pretty good so far as a replacement for this. And in the army, I was in Camo, and we did a lot of communication system setups in the camps with little phones, you know, sound-powered phones and all that. So you basically just strip the wire, spread it out. Oops. Damn it. Anyway, you put the wires together like this, twist it. I mean, it's just basic wiring stuff, and put heat shrink over it, and then you've made your cable longer, or you've fixed an area that broke. I accidentally cut through the cable when I was laying it because I was digging the trench for the cable, and I had to splice it together. And I have now several splices, and it works just fine. It doesn't cause an issue with the operation. So you get this, and as an extra thing, I mean, I use a tape measure instead of this thing because I didn't see that it's part of the box. But anyway, yeah, it works fine. Just using a tape measure. So to splice the cables together, as I said, you cut it. You know, put the cables together. I use a heat shrink and some duct tape to protect the area that has the splice, because it's duct tape, you know. And then you bury it in the earth, and sometimes it might have to go over stones. Make sure it's secure, because it will pull it up and it will cut the cable if it is not tight enough that if it runs over, it has to maneuver a little bit, that it won't dig it out of the earth and get tangled in it, which I already had the issue here. So you get this little instruction manual, and our version is just picture graph, which is very helpful. So it doesn't have to be any particular language. It says push button so many times and all of this. So, and then we also got the cable, which I ran into the window of the garage. You have a pretty good length of cable if you need to put the robot out somewhere. But we don't have any power outside, and it needs to be in the shade, so I put it on, you know, under my little, it's not really carport. I think it was used to be for hay and everything, for, I don't know, storage. So anyway, really old German electrical outlets, like really old. Look at that stuff. This is antique. So anyways, the cable, and it goes to the robot, actually the robot's platform. It's a little home station. So if I turn it off. So I said off. Anyway, so you run this thing, the cable up through here, and it goes here, and it goes in here. And apparently I lost some length because it ate its cable. That's no bueno, but I can fix that because I have some extra length. I didn't notice until just now. Because when it ate its cable, I guess it pulled it back a little bit and made it tight. It's supposed to kind of run up through here. So I'll fix that shortly. But anyway, just plug the cables in. There's a big, huge loop around the garden, and it tells the robot the barrier, the border. So green light means my cable is for the loop. It is functional. It's not broken. Earlier it was broken. It was red. Okay, so the robot itself. Have several settings, I guess 30, 60, 40. I don't know what that is. Could be millimeters, because it has about 6 centimeters height so far, so it's probably millimeters. And you can just adjust it by pushing it up and down. Yeah, so it goes down 30, which I guess is 3 centimeters, up to 60. So I keep it up to 60 because my garden is very uneven. So in the back, you can put a little module in this thing, so it can tell you where it is in case somebody steals it. I also have a voice control. Maybe name it Jarvis or whatever, and say, Jarvis, cut my grass or something. crap, and this is a little module you can install for GPS. Anyway, this is it's one of these tool batteries. This one's 20 volts. And I have yet to I haven't been able to keep it operating so far long enough to actually know how long the battery holds and works. But it's a pretty handy system, I guess. Just buy new batteries, replace it, you're good. The two rear wheels are what steers it everywhere. Have an emergency stop button, a rain sensor, even though you could have it actually let it work in the rain a little bit if you wanted to. Anyway, so underneath, I have this shopping cart wheel. Which, I don't know, in my garden it has issues with that. Because some of the uneven spots. Sometimes you can get out of it, sometimes not. You can replace these blades with titanium blades so they last longer and stronger. It's an aftermarket product. It gives you, there's provided with the ones built on already and an extra set in the kit. So I guess I should show you that since I'm doing an unboxing. So anyway, all of my extra tools and stuff right here. So this also came with the kit. I said it came with one extra set. It looks like you have at least 2 extra set of blades. So it's a total of 3 sets of blades. I guess it's a splice. You need a splice somewhere. Yeah, it's a splice. So if you need to splice your cables together somewhere, there you go. You got a splice thing. Don't really have any instructions on it. Here's your extra blades and screws to install the blades. And we have, let's see, it's actually it might be 9. Looks like it's about 9 blades. So you have 3 replacement blades provided with this kit. I mean, it seems to work pretty decent, little robot so far. But my property here is, my yard is a little bit uneven, and it keeps going outside of the border and sliding down into the, off the track and getting stuck. So I've probably got a lot of work to do to fill in all of the holes in my entire property, which will probably hold for maybe 1 summer. So I will probably have to do this every year to fill in the holes in the property so the robot can do its job. It's fine. I mean, ouch. I mean, I'm plenty thankful to God for all that He has provided in my life, so I can't really complain. And as the book says, without the shit, I don't know what to say. The book says, by the sweat of your brow shall you eat your food. So life is hard, and harder if you're stupid, I guess. But anyway, yeah, this is the little Worx robot, and a little extra pointers and tips that might help you when you install one. I'm gonna have to, on my property here, I mean, it's better to keep it under the ground, and if it's not in the ground because you have to go over stones or something, you need to make sure it's secure, because if it runs over it and tries to maneuver, it's going to push the cable around and pull it up, right? I already had that issue earlier in the soft earth, and it got tangled in the cable and cut it, which wasn't a big deal. I just spliced it back together and let it go again. But I also put the cable deeper in the earth. so I won't do that again. But yeah, I'm still having issues with sliding off of the into the, you know, off of the off of the path it's supposed to be on. It keeps sliding, you know, down in the ditch here. So this video is already 15 minutes long. I intended to make unboxing that one. Unboxing. Hello, lady. That's a good person. It's trying to help me. No, hey, that's the neighbors. House. But anyway, so far I'm using these stones to help the thing stay on track, and it's not going to be enough because apparently my entire garden needs a little barrier so the robot doesn't get stuck. And it's not even that, you know, it's not even that deep of an incline, but the ground is so uneven that with that little shopping cart front wheel, it just has issues, you know. So maybe at some point they'll upgrade the system, but with this property, my biggest problem is the little shopping cart front wheel that you saw. It's a little sphere, and it works in some areas it's able to deal with, but I'm gonna have to do a lot to my garden here to make sure that this doesn't keep being a problem. So there you go, unboxing of the Worx Landroid WR143E. It's supposed to go over 1,000 meters squared.